have you changed as a person, and how has your music changed during all these years? Or is this the same Brian Harold May sitting here than 20 years ago?
Brian Harold May? You've got my full name. I have to watch this woman. I'm very different. I think I had a nice smooth growth up to the point where Queen was this stadium band, and I thought I kind of had life sussed. I had a nice mum and dad, I had a nice wife and 3 beautiful children, and a band which seemed to ever be increasing in stature, and I was having a wonderful time basically. And then more or less everything cracked at once. My father died, I split up with my wife over a long period during which I struggled against it. You know, it took me about 1.5 years, in which time I couldn't move, got very depressed. And also the band obviously wasn't going to tour for a while, so that release was taken away as well. So I sat stuck in England in complete blackness for much too long. And I was very unproductive. I managed to play a few guitar solos for the Miracle album, I think. But basically I was a bit of a washout for quite a while. That's when I decided to make the solo album. I thought, I need a release, I need something that's going to pick me up off the floor, which can be the beginnings of me, because I didn't know who I was anymore. I lost my identity. So that's when I started, and I wrote this song called Back to the Light, which is a kind of idealized dream of here I am in my dark space here, and over there is the light somewhere, and somehow I will get there. But I had no idea how to get there. I didn't know which way to go. I didn't know where the light was. So it was all downhill from there, really. Towards the end, I was very fortunate in that I did seem to find some optimism. I found a lot of patterns which made sense. And although I couldn't solve all the problems, I felt better in myself. I felt like I was a complete human being. So at least I could, what my therapist calls, bear unbearable pain, you know, which is what it's about, I suppose. So I'm actually in much better shape. I'm in I had to reconstruct myself. I don't actually like the person that I was those years ago, although it looked all right on the outside. It was kind of all wrong on the inside. So I'm beginning to like myself a bit more, and I'm ready for the future. I did miss the others at some points. I missed Freddie dreadfully, especially after he was gone, you know, and I knew it was coming, but it was still awful. Nowadays I feel like his spirit didn't really go away. I feel like he's kind of around, because I always feel like I know what he's going to say.
What is your best and worst quality?
Interesting. I think my best and worst quality is perfectionism, if that's the right word, because it leads me to make things right, and I can never rest until they're right. But it makes me a complete pain in the neck, and it drives everybody mad. And sometimes I'm sure it's perfectionism in the wrong areas. It's hard for me to figure out where the time should be spent.
So you always want to change maybe something later on?
Which may be not important, yeah.
Nobody else thinks,
right. But I can't let it go. That's right.
The most important thing in your life?
Most important thing in my life? Love. That's it.
And something to everyone who would like to be Brian May?
Oh, don't try and be me, whatever you do. That's what I would say. Don't follow me, mate, because it's not easy. It's I shouldn't be ungrateful. It's great in some ways, but it's not something I would like my kids to take on necessarily, you know, unless they're really, really prepared for anything. It's not an easy road to go on.